Hey everybody, it's Dina Rica with the Creativity Cave. I'm so excited to be stamping with you today, and I absolutely love the card that I have to share with you. It is super fun and it's really easy to make. That's the best part, of course. But I want to share with you the inspiration for it because I think it's kind of fun sometimes to see where ideas come from. And so I'm actually just pulling this up on my iPad right now. You might be surprised of the source. It's actually an ad that I saw on Facebook, and I'm just looking for it here in my photos. It is for a little pouch thing from Pure Vita bracelets. Now, I really think these bracelets are cute, but they're really expensive. But look at how cute this pouch is. Oh my gosh, I just loved it. So I saved the idea to my iPad, and let me show you how I came up with, I just showed you how I came up with it. Let me show you how I did it. Oh my gosh, can't even talk. I'm just so excited. Okay, so first of all, I'm using the Pop of Paradise stamp set as well as the Labeler alphabet. Love both of these. This alphabet is so awesome because it's kind of like 2 for 1, and it's almost 3 for 1 because you've got the label, you know, those punch label machine things. I remember having one of those as a kid, and I just wanted to like label everything. And then this is just the letters without the block thing. And look, there's 2 A's, 2 E's, 2 I's. I mean, it's like made for actual writing of words, which is really cool. And then there's all these funky symbols that you can use too. So I love this. But I'm using Pop of Paradise, which is where the, oh my gosh, I almost said it again, pineapple came from. I did a video recently with a card and I kept calling them pumpkins. And so now my daughter teases me. She's like, Mom, let's get some pumpkins. Okay, it's summer. There are no pumpkins, but there are pineapples. All right, now the pineapple from this set, I actually cut apart. And I love how that worked out because I can use the 2 parts separately, which is really awesome because I can color them different colors, which I just love. Okay, so to start, I'm going to ink up, well, actually, let me grab this. I'll have all of my supplies and as well as the dimensions and everything on my coordinating blog post. The link will be in the description of this video. So if you want to take a closer look at any of the stuff that I used, you can head over there. I'm going to start by inking up my pumpkin. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Pineapple. It's not that hard, Dina. Goodness. She's snickering in the other room. Can you believe that? Okay, so I inked up my pineapple in Daffodil Delight, and then I am going to rock it into some Cucumber Crush. Okay, so by rocking it, I mean I'm going to rock just the side of it so that, well, I got pretty much all of it covered. Let me clean it off and try it again. I was trying to show you the side, but maybe if I pick it up, it'll be easier for both of us, for you to see and for me to stamp it. Okay, inked it up again. So I've got Daffodil Delight on here. Then I'm going to just, there we go, that's a good angle. Rock the side of it. Do you see the angle? So I'm not inking up the whole thing. Oh, there we go. That's it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take out an aqua painter and color, sort of, I'm using that term loosely. I'm wetting down my watercolor paper just so it's a little wet, and then I'm going to stamp this over the top. And what that does is it helps kind of blend the colors a little bit, and I will help it along. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the top. Ink the whole thing in Daffodil Delight, and then the side in Cucumber Crush. I had to look that up. And because I've blabbered on for long enough, I think the color is probably, or the wet is probably dry. So let's wet things up a little bit there. And then just stamp right over the top. Okay. Then, and do you see how it kind of spreads out in feathers? I love that. All right, next I'm going to wet and prepare. Actually, I need to clean because the next color I'm going to use is Melon Mambo. And let's just be honest, that will not mix with green. Okay, so I'm gonna do Melon Mambo, stamp it down, just like that. Smear it up just a little bit. You probably don't have to do quite as much as I did, but... And then clean it off. Off camera, I have a little area where I am, excuse me, where I'm cleaning off my brush. I'll show you in a sec. Then this is Emerald Envy. Yeah, that's the name of it. I wasn't sure there for a second. But I don't think that's the color I used in my original card. I think that was still Cucumber Crush. I might have just added an extra color. Oh well. That's kind of how things go when you're winging it a little. And I know you're probably like, well, these are pretty blobby, Dina, but trust me, we'll get there. Okay, so I'm wetting this. I cleaned off my stamp, yep. And I'm going to ink it up in Bermuda Bay, stamp it down. There we go. Leave it. The top is this time going to be an Old Olive, and we probably should wet this part down. And you know, you can kind of play with how wet this is, and it will sort of change up how much feathering occurs and how much detail stays. It's all up to you. And then last but not least, I'm going to stamp in Rich Razzleberry, because everybody knows pumpkins are rich razzleberry in color, right? For sure. And I think I want to use Pear Pizzazz for the top. Okay, and again, I'm just going to, there we go. Okay, now you can see none of these are perfect, which is kind of the intention. And wherever necessary, I've kind of spread the color out a little bit. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do though is I'm actually going to pick up some color. I love the Rich Razzleberry, and it's kind of a striking color. So what I'm going to do is pick some of that color up with my aqua painter. I want it to be good and wet. And then I am going to close some of these ink pads, and the reason is I don't want the colors to mix, because I'm going to do a little flicking. You can see there's, could I have had any more ink pads open? I don't think so. Okay, so you can see there's a whole bunch of flicking in the background, so let me show you how I did that. I have my aqua painter nice and wet. I kind of squeeze it a little, and then I'm going to take my marker and just flick on there, okay? And then if I wanted to, I could do another color. So maybe I will do, I think I'll do pear. Why not? So I'll pick up some pear ink. Again, you want to pick up a good amount of ink, and you want your brush to kind of have water flowing through it. So then I'll spritz a little bit on there like that. Clean my brush off, and this is my this is my Burp Rag brush cleaner, but you can see it works pretty well. I just squeeze my aqua painter till the water runs clear, and it's really helpful. Otherwise, my background paper would be covered. I mean, I would have like actual background paper, but it would be covered in ink. Okay, now the thing I want to do is let that dry. I'm going to set it aside, and we're going to make our words. So let me show you how those came together. I have them all just sitting on this block to make it easy for me. But I have a little scrap left over of watercolor paper just from trimming out my card. And I'm going to stamp each one of these letters really quick using my black archival ink. And they stamp so easy. And what I love about this stamp set is they don't have to be perfect. The blockiness and knowing, but they should be upright. I mean, that's just my personal thing. So there's B, and I'm going to be quick about this and not color. Original. Now, I am not going to lie. I had to write this down. I spell original wrong all the time. It's always getting caught on spell check. So when I made this card, I actually wrote original on my scrap paper in front of me so I'd spell it right. So likewise, I'm just going to bring my sample back in here because being original is great, but spelling it correctly is kind of important. You look less of an idiot when you do that. I'm just saying. Not that you're an idiot. Not that I'm an idiot. Not that anybody's an idiot. But if you're going to make your own greeting up, you should at least spell it right. It's just a personal opinion. Okay, O-R-I-G. I always want to put an O in there at the end. It's an I. G-I-N. I mean, I can spell origin, but not original. I don't know what my problem is. N. A-L. So easy. Now, the reason I didn't like spell out the word, like put them on the block together and, you know, stamp it once, is just that it, the spacing isn't quite right. Obviously, I need two eyes, which I don't have in the block shape of this, but it's tricky to do because of the spacing. They can't get this close together where they're kind of touching. Okay, so now I'm just going to trim this pretty tight to the word, to the word. And it's not perfectly straight, let's be honest, but it's good enough. And you're going to not see it so much when you're stamping. Okay, now I'm going to use, I think this will work. This is the Banner Duet punch, and I think if I'm lucky I can slide this through. Oh, maybe not. I was thinking I could slide this through and punch, but I'm not sure. It might not work. Well, it's pretty good. It does cut this corner just a little funky. Do you see that? Focus. Yeah, it's a little funky, but against here, you're probably not going to notice it. I will take some dimensionals and put these on the back so they're popped up. And then last but not least, I want to do a little freehand drawing. Now, before you get crazy and think that I'm a master at freehand drawing, I promise you the reason I stamp is because I cannot draw. So I'm just going to take my marker and add some things. Now here's where I really took inspiration from that picture. Remember this? You can see they did all kinds of different things on the background of those pineapples. So I'm just going to do that here. I'm going to do a bunch of dots on this one. And it does not have to be perfect at all. And then all of them kind of just have these little triangle things, you know, for the whatever you call these, leaves, I guess. Okay, now this one has diamonds. Those are, by the way, really hard to draw. I was trying to draw them, you know, like all in one swoop, and that was shockingly challenging for me. I couldn't do it, so I gave up, and I don't know. So there's that. And then here I just went like that. I mean, so easy. See, you can do this, right? I mean, it's not just me. Now I'm not gonna lie, I added a little bit of black flecks too, and I got a little carried away. I think there's kind of a lot on my card. We'll see what I get here. Okay, that's plenty. Lots of flecks, but isn't this fun? Oh my gosh. I just love it. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to adhere this. Popped up, and then I will put my card together. Very simple. Like I said, all the details are on my blog, so please check it out, thecreativitycave.com, and this specific blog post will be linked in my description. The last thing I'm going to do is just adhere these layers together, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will check out my blog. And if you need to purchase any of these items, would you please do it through my online store? It helps me bring more amazing videos to you, which I love doing. And you also become a Creativity Cave VIP, and I have fabulous perks for my VIPs, including exclusive videos and tutorials. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Have a great day. Voila. Bye.